Hi, everybody, and welcome back. Glad as always to have you with us. Glad we've got another beautiful day in the neighborhood, and I've got more of them in the forecast. We're still talking about a pretty good cold front that's going to roll in for the latter half of your weekend, but we're also talking about right now models showing that it's not going to be quite as chilly on the backside of things as what we had expected. And just like today and yesterday, I've got some more weather like this in the store for next week. So, all in all, a pretty beloved forecast. I'll relay it to you in just a few moments. Headlines tonight on the program this Thursday, the 18th day of September, include a discussion with Superintendent of Schools Stanley Holbrook, praises for students and their parents and families tonight, and we'll also discuss what the Board of Education will be discussing in their regular session meeting set for tonight and what their next big project is, and I'll take you to the scene of that, so to speak. And also we'll talk about why it's not going to go on as planned, but it will be bigger and better. A verdict is in that trial that I spoke of last evening in regards to Dr. Stephen Arney, who was involved with the pain clinic in Auxerre that I told you about last night. I'll tell you that, and I have a little more insight into the trial as well, and a structure fire in McGoffin County that resulted in 2 fire departments responding and an arson investigator being called. All that and more in just a few moments. First, a couple of other reports. A former Clay County Circuit Judge, that being Cletus Miracle, who pleaded guilty to charges of vote fraud, has been permanently disbarred by the Kentucky Supreme Court. They granted his request to surrender his law license. Miracle had initially been sentenced to more than 25 years in federal prison. The conviction and sentence were later overturned, and he was ultimately released on time served, but he has to surrender his law license. He was among at least 8 people who all entered guilty pleas in the case, and it all goes back to the Board of Elections in an effort to try to buy votes and steal votes in an ongoing scheme from 2002 all the way through 2006 elections. A Johnson County attorney has been indicted on drug-related charges. Her son indicted as well. Here's one I can tell you this evening. Mary Lou Chandler, according to Johnson County Sheriff Dwayne Price, was officially indicted per an investigation by his office on charges of trafficking in a controlled substance. I believe that is hydrocodone. We'll have more on the exact charges later. We are told that it was part of an ongoing investigation by his department. Also, charges were levied against her son, Matt Chandler, and returned in a formal indictment as of yesterday. Chandler does have some arrest history, and it actually ties to McGoffin County, and I believe Sheriff Dwayne Price then, in another law enforcement capacity, helped work that case. It was when Chandler was before Judge Kim Childers here in McGoffin County in court and was cited for public intoxication and prescription of a controlled substance not in its proper container. We are set to talk to Sheriff Price tomorrow and have more on that arrest, those arrests, and possibly some other information on other indictments in that area. Now turning to the trial that I mentioned briefly in a follow-up from last night's program, Dr. Stephen Arney, retired from the military in or around the mid-90s, a pathologist who then came to the eastern Kentucky area among practicing elsewhere, from what I understand in his tenure, and then became part of a pain clinic. And to his credit, says federal authorities, dosed out about 100,000 prescription pills in 12 months' time. He was found guilty yesterday by a federal trial jury. As I told you last night, the whole case began to unfold with this traffic stop on the Mountain Parkway in McGoffin County on October the 4th of 2011. It was then that part owner, Ray Stapleton of the Auxerre area, was pulled over by authorities and discovered to have more than $1.3 million in cash and tens of thousands of prescription pills in his person. He and his wife owned and operated the Paintsville Auto Accident and Recovery Center located in Auxerre, place of which several doctors had worked, including Stephen Arney, for a period of time. He stood trial on 3 counts of conspiracy to distribute Schedule 2, 3, and 4 narcotics this week in federal court in Pikeville. After 2 days of trial, deliberations by the jury, he was found guilty. Other evidence during testimony also sheds some light on the entire situation. He was a retired lieutenant with the military, retiring in 1994, an author supposedly of several how to fly instructional manuals and or books. He was an aerial aficionado to some degree and a pilot, we do believe. He was found guilty during the trial, which he did take the stand on at least one occasion, testifying where other witnesses which referred to the doctor as saying that he referred to his patients quite often as Hicks from the hollers, and he himself testifying that he did not feel guilty for the practices that he did and the patients that he saw. It was also revealed that he went to work for the Stapletons at the pain clinic, did so for about 30 days before giving his notice. However, he was said, according to testimony, to have came back to the Stapletons saying that he would take his job back for double the amount of his salary before. He was making somewhere between $7,000 to $8,000 a week upon the close of the pain clinic, which stayed open for an estimated 7 to 8 months after Stapleton was discovered in this scene and location on the Mountain Parkway, and all the cash and drugs on his person were seized. No word yet on a recommended sentence, but he is expected to be sentenced later this year. Also, another physician in the case, an Emmanuel Acosta, who also worked at the facility for an undetermined amount of time, is still yet to stand trial, the last of 4 co-defendants in the initial indictment, that including, of course, the Stapletons, Tina Marie, and Ray, which are due to be sentenced later this year as well. I'll be right back with more headlines. Stay with me.
There's an unlimited selection of new and pre-owned vehicles right at your fingertips with 9 acres of inventory and 7 different franchises all at one location. Hutch, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Call Chevy, Buick, and GMC at 297-4066 or Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram at 297-5066. Where selection, satisfaction, and service after you're sold are all guaranteed. If fall colors, design, style, and saving a lot of money is all your thing, then be sure to step in Fraser's Prater Drug Seasonal Shop for their annual open house. It's Wednesday through Saturday, where everything in the store is at least 20% off, and everything fall and Halloween marked 30% off. Clearance items are at least an extra 10% off, and as always, the tastiest of refreshments and snacks are served. It's their annual fall open house at the Seasonal Shop in Sagersville, Wednesday through Saturday.
With a low-rate mortgage from Citizens National Bank, you can downsize your mortgage payment, not your home. New home or refi, Citizens gives you the personal service you deserve. And no gotcha fine print. Just low rates. Stop by your nearest branch to apply today. Citizens National Bank. We take banking personally. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Remember when they invented the peanut butter cup? Bringing peanut butter and chocolate together. Pure genius. Well, the Sonom Enduro has done the same thing for wireless. Right now at Appalachian Wireless, you'll find the tough, dependable Sonom Enduro. This flip phone is great for the job or a weekend warrior, but you can also access the internet and take great pictures with a 2-megapixel camera. Get it now, the best of both worlds, just like the peanut butter cup. Appalachian Wireless. Better service, bigger savings.
Spend less time waiting or in line for your prescriptions or refills and get the care you need with the quality and convenience that matters most at Parkway Pharmacy, your exclusive provider of the finest in vitamins and supplements by Windmill Vitamins. Come in or drive through 8:30 till 6:30 Monday through Friday or call Parkway Pharmacy 349-4400. Save big at Premier Auto, an 02 Hyundai Sonata, only $37.50. An 07 Pontiac G5, only $39.50. And an 09 Buick LaCrosse, just $99.50. An 06 Rhino, only 1,200 miles, just $69.50. And 100 miles per gallon, no driver's license, and no insurance needed. New scooters cut $500 to just $995 at Premier Auto in Paintsville.
The North McGoffin Volunteer Fire Department, with the assistance of the Sagersville Department, responded to a structure fire at a Blanton residence on Littorals Fork Road here in McGoffin County. It happened during daylight hours while the structure is still standing and saved by firemen. There was a significant amount of smoke and water damage. A Blanton residence with one of the occupants home but outside the structure reportedly heard something that sounded like a smoke alarm, and indeed it was. Josh Jenkins of the North McGoffin Fire Department tells us that when they arrived, there was significant smoke coming from the structure.
To 911 of a possible structure fire on Littoral. It was a double-wide trailer that was on fire. We responded. On arrival, we had smoke coming out of the front window, the front door, and maybe seeping some windows through some windows. Heavy, dense smoke, no flames was visible. With the help of Syersville Fire Department, when everybody got on scene and everything, we made entry with 2 personnel and actually found the origin of the fire. The start of the fire was in the back bedroom, bathroom adjacent to the back bedroom. Knocked it down and minimum flame damage, but had a lot of smoke and soot damage and some water damage.
2 more questions. Was anyone home? And I know that you had to, per your protocol, call an arson investigator in. I know you can't elaborate much, but what can you tell me?
They was one subject was home. He was out in the front yard, supposed to be working on something. A bike, or I'm not real. I think it was a bike. Said that he had just heard the smoke alarms go off, and he had run over to a neighbor's, and they was the one that actually made the initial call. And we did call an arson investigator in. The home had insurance on it, and needed further investigating.
And there were no injuries sustained in that fire by either the residents or any of the fire personnel. Well, it's time to find out what's happening on tonight's community calendar. Our last top headline is still coming up in just a few moments, and there's some information therein on a couple of different fronts from the McGoffin County school system. We'll first turn over to tonight's community calendar, as colorful as it is. It begins, though, with a few birthdays, and actually, I've got a few. With a whole lot of love from your wife, daughters, Heather and Dusty, and your grandkids, and a host of family and friends, it's a happy birthday wish to Dale Salyer. Happy birthday, Dale. Happy birthday, Hester Love Burchett of Lexington. Love Dorothy and all your Salyersville family and friends. Happy, happy birthday. I'm not done. We've got more birthday wishes to go. I've got a happy 66th birthday to Benny Shepard from a host of Benny Shepard's family and friends. And one more birthday wish this Thursday. It says with a whole lot of love and best wishes. Happy birthday from a whole lot of family and friends to Tracy Lynn Hall. Happy, happy birthday. Couple of reminders on tonight's community calendar. One is for that memorial ride, which has been set in the honor of Trey Aldrich of Allen Central High School, who passed away at such a young age. This is a benefit ride in his honor, with all proceeds of which going to his family. They're going to be able to register at Allen Central High School at 11 and leave the school at 1 o'clock. That's this Saturday. And honoring our military is a special recognition event for the dedication and sacrifice of those who have served or are serving and the families thereof of all military personnel and branches. Everyone, you're humbly invited to join them for an afternoon of appreciation, entertainment, good food, great food actually. The 202nd Army Band is going to be there. It's on the Mayo campus in Paintsville of the Big Sandy Community and Technical College system. And it's this Saturday beginning at 1 o'clock. You can register the day of beginning at noon. And a benefit auction held for DJ LeMaster, who's battling cancer. It's set for this Saturday at the North McGoffin Fire Department. They're going to have some live gospel music, refreshments, and an auction. It all starts in DJ's honor at 11 a.m. Your support is greatly appreciated. Once again, this Saturday beginning at 11 o'clock. And, of course, North McGoffin is also having their big annual event next Saturday after. I'll tell you more about that a little later on. And from the Pigeon Enterprise Baptist Youth Group, they've put together a horse show this Saturday here in Salyersville at the Equestrian Park. Starts at 5. All proceeds going to support the Pigeon Enterprise Baptist Youth Group organization. So that's this Saturday, 5, here in Salyersville at the Equestrian Park. If you've got birthdays or anniversaries and you want everyone else to know if it's yours or someone else's, we'll tell them all. We'll do it for free. Just get it to us either by mail, phone, fax, email, Facebook, or drop them off here at the newsroom. And, of course, that goes for your organizations as well. The best way to let everyone know what you've got planned or who you want to wish some special greetings to. A few words from some of our sponsors. One request from you, whenever you have the opportunity, if you could, please let them know you're watching. And stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Do you really think that you're in good hands of the insurance companies when you have lost wages, medical bills, and pain and suffering from your head to your toes? The answer is no. If you want to truly be in good hands, give me a call. I'm attorney Donald Wayne McFarland. Let me put my 20 years of experience in working to protect the rights of injured people to work for you. 349-9000.
At the end of every race, Mark Martin hangs up his driving gloves. He hangs up his fire suit. And he hangs up his helmet. Which is why he picks up his phone and opens the ER Extra app. The app shows ER Extra wait times, locations, and more. It's the one safeguard Mark Martin is never without. ER Extra at Paul B. Hall Regional Medical Center. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
Join us in sending out special birthday wishes this September to those who matter the most, to all of our beloved residents and staff at Sagersville Nursing and Rehabilitation Center. Walter Wireman, Gladys Helton, Luther Reisner, Calvin White, Avenel Coburn, Nathaniel Ashby, Alma Jenkins, Marie Marshall, Inez Montgomery, and Elazine Holbrook. Happy, happy birthday. Sagersville National lets you go mobile with their new banking app. That's right, you can view your account and balance, transfer money, pay bills, and yes, deposit checks right from your phone from wherever you are. Just download the Sagersville National Bank app on your Android, iPad, iPhone, or other device. Any phone that can connect to the internet has the capability, and you can start saving time and money today with Sagersville National Bank's new mobile app. Wherever you are, we're there for you at Sagersville National Bank. Regardless of where you want to ride, you could be riding on a brand new Kawasaki or Polaris for less at M&M Power Sports in Staffordsville. New Kawasaki's for the dirt, the street, or both, and ATVs and side-by-sides for every stage of enthusiasts to fish, hunt, haul, or play. And with rebates up to $1,300 and financing as low as 3.99%, it's never been easier to ride it, buy it, and start your next adventure at Kentucky's Power Sports Authority since 1964, M&M Power Sports. Wheel alignments, oil changes, brakes, suspension work, and tires. Thousands of tires by all the major manufacturers, all in stock and at incomparable prices. All backed with 33 years of service and experience, the area's largest tire selection, and 6 months no interest at Conley's in Paintsville. It's an ages-old battle that rages on. Apple or pumpkin? And now you can decide which pie makes the best blizzard treat. Taste them both for a limited time at your Sagersville DQ, home of the $3 breakfast and the $5 lunch, and where breakfast is served hot Monday through Thursday, 6 till 11, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday until noon, and where everything else is served all day, every day. Your Sagersville Dairy Queen. In offering a sincere thank you for allowing him to serve as your coroner for nearly 8 years, Mark Jenkins is asking for your continued support after he has successfully completed over 450 hours of criminal justice training, giving him the experience and knowledge to respectfully and thoroughly work over 400 coroner cases. And in conjunction with other agencies, help to secure funding for a mobile morgue unit in the event of an extreme emergency, and establish the area's first ever child fatality review team. With your help, he'll continue to treat the most delicate of situations for a family with the same compassion, concern, and due diligence. Please vote Mark Jenkins, Democrat, for Magoffin County Coroner.
A couple of things to discuss this evening. We're going to be talking about what the Magoffin County Board of Education will be talking about this evening in their meeting set for tonight, and I'll, pardon the use of the word, overuse, I'll be talking more about that meeting tomorrow. But tonight, I can give you a bit of an insight as to what they're going to be discussing. And it begins with some praises bestowed upon parents, family, and students alike for some attendance levels that are some of the best the school system has seen in many years.
Holbrook tells me that it's a topic they're going to bring up in tonight's meeting, that they're going to discuss and look at ways to possibly reward a lot of these students for a job well done when it comes to attendance. We'll have that story tomorrow. Tonight, we're going to talk about a few other things after he does brief us on attendance
One of the
levels.
things is I'd like to thank the parents of Magoffin County for getting the children out to school, because without good attendance, your scores always go down without good attendance. Better the attendance, the better the scores. They're directly related to each other. Thus far, today is the 28th day of school. As of today, we have 93.91% attendance, almost 94%. One of the best starts we've had in a long time, even better than last year's. If we keep this up, scores will go up. They always do, because they're directly related to attendance. So it's a great start to the school year.
Also on tonight's agenda, Holbrook tells me the school board will officially begin the process of construction on the $3 million baseball and softball complex that will sit on the site of the destroyed Harold Whitaker Middle School. And I've learned, and I have to say not shockingly, but sadly, why the board will not be salvaging the gymnasium and some other usable or thought to be usable portions of the Harold Whitaker Middle School structure for future use as was originally planned and hoped for.
The Board of Education is going to discuss the starting the process of bidding. And I look for them to pass it, and if they do tonight, then the bidding process will start. And in 3 or 4 weeks, they'll open those bids, and they'll be removing the Harold Whitaker Middle School from that site in a demolition project.
Not in its entirety?
In its entirety.
Oh, really?
The entire building will be coming down. There's been so much vandalism that it was impractical for us to try to save the gymnasium. It's going to cost too much money. We had studied, and structurally it's sound. Cosmetically, you take a 100% overhaul. So it's just not feasible to try to save it. We can build a new structure, a new hitting center with a new press box, bathrooms, concession stand, cheaper than we can save it. And education, you got to save every penny you can save. So we will be going that route.
So bids will be let out for the baseball and softball complex on October the 20th. They are scheduled to award those bids in November with construction to begin in December, moving dirt and other preliminary items. And they're hopeful that the new athletic complex will be done sometime early next summer. More on the meeting on tomorrow's program and a lot of other headlines. It's going to be a busy news day tomorrow. The weather forecast, we've been talking, well, let me get there in a second, about this cold front that's just not going to have as much muster to it as what we had originally thought. And that's a good thing. And it's not going to be motley clear tonight either. I apologize. That indeed is supposed to be mostly clear skies tonight and a low of 50 degrees. We started off this morning at 53 degrees here at the newsroom, and then we've topped out at 78 today here at the studio in the sunshine. We'll see clear skies tonight, and we'll see some fog roll in. Man, that fog's been serious, hasn't it? It will linger around tomorrow quite into the 8, 9 o'clock hour in the morning. We'll see temperatures right around 78, 77 again for daytime highs tomorrow on your Friday, a low of 57, but we'll see sunshine during the day, fog to start, fog to finish, but clear start to finish as well as far as the atmosphere is concerned. Daytime highs Saturday have ebbed just a bit. We're back around 80 than from 82 where we thought we were going to be 24 hours ago, but it's still going to be gorgeous. Still some fog at the onset, but a lot of sunshine, clear skies, and near 80 degrees will roll into your Sunday. The cold front that we've been talking about that really was going to change things up, well, it's still going to change things up for the end of your weekend and the first part of the next week. However, it's losing its strength, and it's just not going to be as much of an issue, and that's going to be reflected in the following temperatures that you're about to see and the amount of showers and storms that we'll see associated with it as well. So Sunday right now I'm calling for 79, 57 for the low, partly sunny. That chance of showers and thunderstorms could roll in mid-Sunday, early Sunday even as well, but it will progress as the day goes on. It should be short-lived, and everything should be out of here. The remnants of this cold front. Monday, it's going to be slightly cooler, not noticeably cooler. Is there much of a difference? Nevertheless, we're talking about lower 70s versus upper 60s, which is what we thought we were going to see 24 hours ago. So all in all, starting Monday of next week, kind of like the last couple of days, beautiful. Mostly sunny, 72, a low of 50, clear skies, start to finish. And this is not just Monday. This weather pattern rides all the way out through, well, maybe all of next week. Tuesday, 72, sunny, a low of 49, a bit chilly in the evening, but gorgeous weather, clear skies, start to finish. Wednesday of next week, more sunny skies, more temperatures around 73, 74. We do continually start to climb just a bit, up to 74 on your Wednesday for daytime highs, and I suspect we'll see 77, 78 on Thursday of next week. While that's as far as the forecast goes right now, trends indicate that we're going to see clear, beautiful, sun-filled skies all the way through Thursday of next week and maybe even a bit thereafter. It's going to be a gorgeous, gorgeous week. The only bump in the road, and it's not as big as what we thought yesterday, will be that cold front, which is in weakened form, coming through here on Sunday and Sunday night. and then out of here by Monday, leaving us with some beautiful fall weather as we officially start the season of fall next week. So, did I just say that the weather is actually where it should be? Well, that can't be right. That just can't be. Thank you all for being a part of the program. A lot of headlines when I see you back here tomorrow night. Join us then. A lot of ground to cover on this Friday before we leave you for a pretty decent weekend. Find out what I've got on tap next time. For now, thank you for watching.